How do you know when you have truly forgiven someone? Stay tuned. My story is next. Hi, my name is Ezra and welcome to A Word for You. I'm so excited to have you here today. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, your subscription is greatly appreciated. In 2010, I was working as a teacher and I had a very difficult head of department. She made everybody's life difficult, so I was no exception. And eventually, her actions led to me getting fired. I was very disappointed. I was saddened. I was hurt. I was angry. I was full of resentment towards her. What made it very difficult was that my contract was terminated, but I was still working up until the summer holidays. So I had to go to school every day and see this woman. That was hard. If she was on the left, I would walk on the right. And if she was on the right, I would go on to the left. And I just never wanted to be in her space. I never wanted to see her. I never wanted to hear her name because I was angry at her. I was full of resentment. I was full of bitterness. I was not happy at all. I was hurting. It was hard. I prayed about it because I was a Christian then. I prayed about it. Nothing happened really. I still had that hurt, that pain, that resentment. And I tried. I asked God to help me to forgive her. Just seeing her, going there every day, I think that made it even more difficult for me. I tried, but I just couldn't forgive her at the time, even though I really wanted to. In fact, I tried to convince myself that I had forgiven this woman. But each time I saw her or I heard her name, my body would remind me that, hey, you have not yet forgiven her. And so it went on. Eventually, I left the job because the time was up. And the contract obviously wasn't renewed because it was terminated. I was still bitter. I was still angry, to be honest. I knew it was wrong. I still prayed about it. I really wanted to forgive her, but for some reason, I just wasn't forgiving her. What I knew now about forgiveness, I never knew then. Okay? So, I am more mature now and could handle a situation like this far better than I did in the past. But at that time, it was difficult. I prayed, asked the Lord to help me. But even after I left the job, I was still bitter, still angry. Yeah, and it goes on for a while, to be honest. Eventually, I realized that the hurt, the resentment, the pain, and all the things were just not there anymore. We're just going away. And eventually they went completely. I had no resentment, no hurt, no pain. When I call her name now, it's just like any other name, to be honest. In fact, if I see that woman and she in need of help, I would actually help her. Yeah, if I should see her now, I could have a conversation with her without feeling any resentment, any pain, any anger. And in fact, I could assist her if she needs assistance. I'll be happy to help her if I could, because I'm not holding any grudges against her at all. All pain is gone. During the time when I had not forgiven her, there was constant anger and pain. Two things I realized during that time was that unforgiveness attached me to that woman. It chained me. I was like chained to her. Can you imagine the person who you resent, you're actually attached to? You're chained to that person. That's what I realized. I was like chained. I was attached to her. Unforgiveness was like that, bond that attaches us together, unfortunately. And also I realized that unforgiveness kept my wound fresh. My pain was always there. And that was also something I recognized, that my pain was always fresh. And that's the danger with unforgiveness. Yeah, it attaches you to the person who hurts you and it keeps your pain fresh. It always reminds you of your hurt, of your pain, and it gets you angry and gets you to become bitter and resentful. It was not easy. But after I had forgiven her, I realized that the pain had gone, healing had taken place, and the chain was broken. I was no longer attached to her, and I felt no pain, no hurt at all. Forgiveness did that for me. It wasn't easy because, as I said, I never knew then what I know now. So it was hard, but eventually I got there, and it was like freedom. Right now, I'm just so happy that I have actually forgiven her. No more pain. I am totally healed. Today, I want to encourage you. If you are harboring unforgiveness, my prayer for you is that God will give you the grace to forgive and also the humility. Because sometimes lack of humility can hinder you from forgiving someone. So I pray today that God will give you the grace and the humility to forgive and free yourself from the bondage and the pain and the hurt of unforgiveness. If you've been blessed by this video, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment down below and to subscribe to this channel and to share this video with someone. Please also like and hit that notification bell so you'll never miss a word for you.